Good morning, my friends. It's actually afternoon now. Yes, it's 12:45. Today, or actually this morning, I had brought you uh, keto chaffle with chocolate chips, which was very delicious and good for breakfast. So now I am preparing dinner. Um, And this is going to be a keto chili that is going to go in my crock pot. You can put this either in the crock pot, or of course, if you have an Instapot, you can use that as well. Um, so we're going to get started, and I'm just going to go through on how to prepare your chili and then put it in your crock pot or your Instapot. What we have is some green peppers I've already cut up, one yellow onion, I'm going to cut that up, a jalapeno pepper, and a garlic. You're going to need about four garlic cloves. I have beef broth, so we're going to use that. Your hamburger meat, you're going to use that. Hunt's chili. The recipe calls for diced chili. I like to use the Hunt's chili that is I'm sorry, tomatoes, diced tomatoes. Okay. The recipe calls for diced tomatoes, and I am using the Hunt's diced tomatoes for mild chili. This is seasoned tomatoes, and it's ready for your chili pot. And this here has only 2 grams of net carbs. Also, you're going to need some tomato paste. This will help thicken up your chili. So you're going to need that. Some chili powder, um, some onion powder, some garlic powder, um, and some ground cumin. Okay, so ground cumin, garlic powder, and onion powder. This is all what we're going to use for our seasonings, okay? So let's get started. What I like to do is when I cook my hamburger, I like to cook my hamburger with my seasonings in it. I'm gonna cook my green pepper, my onion, my garlic, and my jalapeno pepper. I'm going to put all that in with the ground beef while it's cooking. And I pre-cook the ground beef before I put it in the pot. The reason I put all my seasonings in the ground beef is because I think it gives the ground beef a good flavor. And also my diced tomatoes are already seasoned. So when it goes into the pot, it'll pick up some of the flavors from the ground beef as well, inside the pot to make your juice taste yummy. So let's turn this on. All right. And oh, you're also going to need a bay leaf if you like bay leaf. You can put a bay leaf in there. Okay. All right. So we're going to break our hamburger up in the pot. Okay. And let this begin to cook. Now, keto chili is basically chili without the beans. Beans are very high in carbs and, of course, are not keto friendly. I was thinking that if I made keto chili, that I could make some chili, the normal chili. Yeah, I gotta get some new knives because this right here is not working. Okay. Um, the I was thinking, that maybe I could do just some chili that I normally make with the beans, just reduce the amount of beans that I put in it, and it will be okay. Well, after reading up on it on the carbs in beans, I found that no, that ain't gonna work. So I all the recipes I found had no beans in them. So I am going to follow that and not put any beans in my chili. Okay, I'm just going to dice this onion. So one yellow onion. And hopefully I won't cry over this onion. I put my gloves on because I don't want my hands smell like onion and garlic and everything else. And also this jalapeno pepper that I'm going to cut up. I don't want it on my hands because I have a habit of rubbing my eyes. And if I rub my eyes, it's going to burn. All right. It's okay. It's okay. Mm. Hamburger is starting to cook. My eyes are starting to burn. Try to get this done quickly. So the cold weather is making me want just soups and chilies and warm food. So um, I had my chicken crack soup the other day, which was good and lasted me a couple of days. And now the chili. All right, about 4 cloves of the garlic. You're gonna chop that up. That's 3 cloves. That's the fourth clove. Okay, garlic. Lay it flat. See, and then just pop it. And then you should be able to peel it very easily and then chop it. See, the peeling comes right off. If you didn't know, now you know. And then your peeling comes right off and you have your clove. Garlic clove. Okay. It's 2. And this is, well, that's 3 and this is 4. Okay, get that piece of skin. All right, then just chop, chop, chop. I love garlic. I love onions. So any recipe that calls for garlic and onions is a good recipe to me. So I am very thankful that I'm working from home because it makes it so much easier to stick to my keto diet. I'm able to take time out throughout my day and prepare my meals or, you know, and even just sit down and eat my meals. So it's helpful for me. So if you're not working from home and you're on the go, these are still things that you can do once you get home. Chili really does not take that long to cook, especially if you have an Instapot. It's going to be very quick. Um, I'm going to put this in the crock pot. You know, you could even cook it on the stove in a Dutch oven, um, or something like that. So you could cook it on the stove if you needed to, and it wouldn't take, probably maybe simmer for an hour just to get all those flavors infused. If you're not able to prepare this ahead of time, you're not as fortunate. because we are very fortunate to be working from home and very fortunate just to even have a job at this point. The way COVID has affected our economy, um, the way we do things, it's very different. So, nevertheless, um, so now I'm going to dice my jalapeno here, pull the seeds out. The seeds are the hot part of the jalapeno. That's what makes the jalapeno hot, is the seeds on the inside. So you want to take those out. Unless you want really spicy chili, um, you could add some of the seeds. But I'm good. I like my chili kind of mild. All right. All right. So I have all my vegetables diced. I put them all in this bowl here. And I'm going to add them to my meat once it starts cooking down. Before that, though, you're going to want to add some cumin. So maybe about a teaspoon or so. I'm just sprinkling some on here. I think I'm good with these gloves, so let me take those off. Onion powder, okay. Give a little sprinkle of that, okay. All right. Your chili powder. Oh, I want to sprinkle chili powder on here. A little bit more of the chili powder to give it that chili flavor. Okay. And then turn it so y'all can see my pot. Okay. And then a little garlic powder. Sprinkle that. Okay. And then you can mix this all together to brown it and get these flavors in there. Smells like chili already. So basically, this is just going to be like um, a meaty chili, you know. I'd serve it in a bowl. You could top it with some shredded cheese and some sour cream. And it'll be like a chili soup, I guess. You won't have your beans in there, but you'll have all your meats and some of these vegetables. Okay? All right, so my hamburger is starting to brown. I got my seasonings mixed in there, smelling really good, looking really good. So I'm going to just throw all my vegetables in the pot with the ground beef, so they're cooked down with the ground beef. Okay. You could saute your green peppers, onions, and garlic first, and then cook your ground beef. For me, it's just as easy just to cook it all together, because then the flavors kind of infuse themselves into the meat, and the meat flavor infuses itself into the vegetable. So this is how I like to do it. So I'm going to let that simmer on down, let that brown. Then all you're going to do is move this stuff to the side. All you're going to do is get your crock pot, your Instant Pot, whatever pot, and you're going to add the juices. So we're going to do 2 cups of beef broth. I found that cooking with beef broth and chicken stock makes the food taste so much better than just cooking with water. So we have 2 cups of beef broth. We're going to do the 1 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes. In there with the beef broth. Okay, and then your tomato paste. We have this 6-ounce can of tomato paste. I gotta get it real. The tomato paste is going to thicken it up a little bit. So just put that whole can in there. You don't want to stir that up so the tomato paste kind of dissolves. I'm going to give my meat a stir real quick. This smells so good. Really, really does. Got your hamburger and your green pepper and your onion and your spices. Smells awesome. Can't wait to eat this tonight. Only thing I'm gonna miss is my cornbread. And I may I'm just giving this tomato paste with the beef broth and the diced tomatoes a good stir. So get nice and thick here. So I have a thicker sauce for my base. If you like it thinner, you can add some more beef broth to thin it out some if you want it more soupy. Okay. All right. Get this together. So I'm working on my water intake today. I have gotten down about 1.5 cup or my little serving thing of water. So feel good about that. It's halfway through the day, so I got more to do, but I'll get there. All right. So we're just gonna cook this hamburger down. See that? Just cooking it all down. Hamburger, our seasonings. Smells so delicious. Forgot the salt and pepper. I'm gonna throw some salt and pepper in here because, you know, you always gotta have salt and pepper, right? So let's do Himalayan salt. Himalayan salt. Give it a couple cranks. I love these grinders. For some reason, I don't know why. I just feel like my salt and pepper is better when it comes from the grinder. Just sprinkling the pepper because my grinder pepper is almost out. Need to buy some more. All right, so we did some salt and pepper in our meat, and we're going to stir that up a little more. And once your meat is browned really good, I'm cooking it a little more longer just so that my Peppers and onions will cook down. You want your onions to be kind of translucent in color. Of course, it's going to cook more in your crock pot or your Instapot when you put it in there. So after we cook our meat, we're going to drain the meat and then we're going to put it into our crock pot. And we're going to turn it on low for 6 to 8 hours or high for 4 hours. And that's it. That's all there is to keto friendly chili soup. Okay. Again, if you want to make it more soupy, just add more of your beef broth. Okay. So add more of that. If you want a little more soupier. I'm going to add my meat in and I'm going to show you what it looks like once I get it added in. So instead of draining the juice, I'm just using a slotted spoon and letting the juice kind of drip out and then put it in my pot because I want some of that juice to go with it into the pot, not a lot. Okay. Smells so good, like really good. You're gonna make it, you gotta make it, right? All right. That's about it. Okay, and then we're gonna stir all this together. And then she's just gonna simmer on down for the rest of the day. And y'all, this smells excellent. Looks good and smells good. So I'm happy with that. And when I taste it, I'm sure it's gonna be even tastier. So let me show y'all. This is our crock pot chili. No beans, of course. Traditional chili has the addition of the kidney beans. So we made this chili really the way we would make traditional chili. We just omitted the beans. And I tell you, it looks good and it smells good. Again, I'm going to let this simmer down and cook today for about 6 hours here. And then this is what I'm going to have for dinner with some shredded cheese and some sour cream on top. Okay, so I think it's going to be a good pot of chili. I think it's going to be tasty, even though we don't have our beans. Um, I need to really try to find a keto-friendly cornbread recipe because I love my cornbread with my chili. But if I can't, that's okay. I'm just not going to have it. That's one of the sacrifices sometimes you have to make when you're trying to do right. So that's fine. As long as I can have my chili and my cheese, I'm good to go. So we got the juice out of that. All right. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Again, subscribe and like to either my YouTube or follow me on Facebook at Brandy's Keto Craze. That's my Facebook page. I'm post a picture of the finished product once I get it all dressed up for dinner tonight. And the recipe I will also post with the picture. So a link actually to the recipe because I get my recipes online When I feel like eating something, I just Google whatever I want to eat and I put keto in front of it or behind it, and I usually can find a recipe um, for that specific dish. Okay, so that's another tip for you. Anytime you want a certain food or you want to eat a certain food, if you are a cooker and you like to cook, um, that's the best way to do it. Just go online, go into your Google or whatever you use, and just type in keto fried chicken or keto chili or keto casserole, and you'll get these free recipes that come up and tell you what you need and how to do it. So um, it just takes a little effort, and you can do it. Okay. So again, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and keep keep your mind on the right track so you don't get off track. All right, y'all have a great day. Toodles.